200 condo buyers in Toronto, they're out of luck after the development they had bought into hit massive financial troubles. So here's what happened. After 6 years, the development is still a hole in the ground and is now up for sale for $1. Yeah, $1. The buyers will get their deposits back, but they have nothing to show for 6 years of investment. And now they have to look for a new place at 2017 prices, imagine. So what do you need to know before you invest in a condo? Joining me now in studio is Denise Lash, the founder of Lash Condo Law. Good to have you with us.
Great to be here.
What a terrible situation for these buyers. Do they have any recourse?
Yeah, it's a terrible situation, but I really just want to make it clear that it doesn't happen that often. We get these sensational stories where a developer goes bankrupt. Developer intended to go through with the project, and unfortunately, there are circumstances that happen and the project doesn't go through. And I think that purchasers need to know that there are certain inherent risks when you're buying a brand new condo.
Mm-hmm. And what are those risks?
Well, there's the risk that it may never get constructed. And
is that in the fine print?
That is in the print.
Right.
And what is very interesting is that these purchases are probably one of the most important purchases of a person's life. It's a major investment. And a lot of people don't take the time to spend the money to get a lawyer to review the documents or to review it themselves thoroughly. If they read every word of the documents, they would see what those risks are. And it's not just that the project may not go through, and again, that doesn't happen that often, and the deposits are protected, so that's a good thing. But there may be delays in occupancy. So purchasers will intend to move in, and there's a closing date in the documentation, and then it may be delayed by 2 years or more.
And we have up on the screen right now, so common problems while buying a condo. You mentioned that, read the entire document, know what you're getting yourself into. Your developer could assess you for costs that are additional to your deposit.
Yeah, so there are items in the agreement of purchase and sale. That's a very important document, needs to be reviewed, and all new purchases have a 10-day rescission period. That means that they have 10 days to review it. That is the time the agreement should be taken to a lawyer with the condominium documents. Spend the time to get it reviewed. There are added costs, and that's what you were referring to. They're called adjustments. It's not just the purchase price. There could be $5,000 to $10,000, even more, in adjustments, and those are the costs that you may have to pay either when you move in on occupancy or on your final closing. There are two closings. A lot of purchasers don't know about the process.
Right. And then what you buy on spec, like what you see, what the design is, that could change as well, the floor plans?
It's new construction, so obviously you're not seeing what you're buying. You'll see a model suite, and things are always subject to change. Again, it's in the documents. The floor plans may be flipped. The ceiling height may not be specified.
Wow.
So if there are things that are really important to you on the floor plan, mention it at the beginning when you're negotiating your agreement. And definitely get your agreement and the condominium documents reviewed and pay for it.
It's by a lawyer?
It's worth the extra $1,000 or $2,000.
They've got the fine-tooth comb. They know what to look for.
And you'll save money in the end.
Yeah, so let's say you purchase your condo, and then you have an issue with the developer. What do you do?
Well, it depends what the issue is. If there are deficiencies, let's say you're moving in, so you move in, and there are unfinished items. Again, if you had your documents reviewed, you would know that you're going to move in into a semi-construction zone. So it's not going to be exactly how you pictured in your mind, beautiful condominium unit, all the amenities finished. It may be, but in most instances, items are not finished. So you have to work with the developer in Terion, which is a program that provides warranties for deficiencies and does help purchasers through the process.
And that's all new build stuff. So what if you're buying a pre-owned condo? What are the dangers or potential issues you foresee?
Well, first of all, if you're buying a pre-owned, then you see what you're buying. So there's certain advantages, but you're buying an existing condominium. And so you need to know how the condominium corporation is operating. There's something called a status certificate, something that all purchasers should be requesting and reviewing thoroughly. And the agreement should be conditional upon the status certificate being reviewed and approved by a lawyer. That status certificate has all the information about whether the condominium is considering additional expenses, special assessments, renovations, whether the reserve fund, which is a fund for major repairs, is sufficient or is adequate. If it's not, then what may happen is you move in, you pay your monthly maintenance fees, they're called common expenses, and then all of a sudden you're hit with a special assessment that had you reviewed your status certificate, you would have known about it.
Wow, these are great tips and good things to look out for, Denise. We really appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.